Changing a habit can be a hard thing to do, and that is why so many scientists have spent time creating models of change. One such idea is the trans-theoretical model. It is an integrated theory of therapy that assesses an individual's readiness to act on a new healthy behavior and provides strategies and processes of change to guide the individual. In other words, it is a six-step program to guide individuals to change their behavior. Today, we are going to discuss or talk about how the trans-theoretical model changed a man named John. This is John, and he is a smoker. John's roller coaster ride began in college. Among the distractions and learning, he picked up the habit of smoking cigarettes when drinking at parties. The first step of his journey is pre-contemplation. John is now a married man, and he hopes to have a child soon with his wife, Wendy. Wendy knows John smokes cigarettes, although he normally does not smoke around her because it annoys her. Now, Wendy wants him to stop completely since they might be having a child. This leads John into his next stage, which is contemplation. The next day, John takes a walk and has a long thought about how his actions and considers how they could be negatively impacting his child. However, he lives a stressful life and work is hard, so quitting is more difficult than it sounds. This contemplation allows John to enter his next stage, which is preparation. Eventually, he realizes the detriment it is going to have on his life and family, so he visits his doctor in order to discuss the change. The doctor establishes a plan of action that includes throwing away cigarettes, buying nicotine patches, and having someone to talk to. He finally enters the action stage. John sets his plan in motion, so he throws out all his cigarettes and invests in a pack of nicotine patches. The first few days are extremely difficult for him, but he pushes through for his family and uses the patches instead. Nearing the 2-week mark, John faces his first real test. He goes out to the bar with some friends for a reunion. It does not take long before some of his friends pull out cigarettes and head outside. John plays it smart and decides to stick with his plan. He denies the invite to share a cigarette and heads home to his wife. Finally, John enters the termination stage. Eventually, John's child is born. He decides it is time to be done with the addiction once and for all, so he takes off the nicotine patch. The thought of smoking a cigarette does not even cross his mind anymore. He is now living a happy and full life without nicotine.